Just so you know, I don't know if you're talking to me right now.
No, but you can't hear them either.
Okay, now I hear, I think I heard Adrienne. Just heard somebody. Does anybody hear me?
All right, let me pull Gary in. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
All right, I am not happy. Trying to gather Gary. There's Gary at the stage.
Can you hear us?
Now I can, but I've been having some weird old time with my computer, so I just restarted it.
Can you see us?
No.
Well, why is that? For fuck's sake.
Moral of the story, if we're a few minutes late, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Hi, Rudy.
Hi, Fitz.
Look at you, got your shit together, Rudy. You're the one. Congrats.
Telling you. Hard to be humble.
You're the man.
Just ask me.
Just ask you. All right. Well, Gary, you can hear me while we're doing this, right, Gary?
Yeah, but I don't know why my camera's not working. It's been working just fine.
It really did. It was like working, and then all of
I've been on Zooms every day. Everything's been working just fine.
We all need to just throw in the towel and have a beer, except for you, Rudy. You're doing great.
Great.
You can go for another walk. Oh no, where's Fred?
Up.
Ooh, but only half of you. All right, this is not a good stage. Let me see.
Well, right now we just got, we're right next to each other, but
I can go backwards. I don't really particularly.
Hey, Parker.
way back. Let's look at that. Way back.
So far.
No, it's not. Not when we're here like this.
Are you two going to play nice? Excuse me.
Hey, Joey, you're such a good boy. Not do this without you. All right.
I'll pour it with
Hello. Whew, that's good. Okay, this is good. Get me out of here.
Fitz, do you see a red banner that says live?
Yeah, you're on live. You're 6 minutes and 50 seconds.
Now that we've got Gary and Adrienne, did we just lose Fitz? And I think we. Oh, there she.
You know what?
What?
We ended up live. We're live. We've got an audience, I think. Yep. Well, hi, everybody.
Don't look behind the curtain.
All right, now I'm going to kick you out.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, live audience, welcome to the most chaotic start we've ever had. This is classic. Whoopsie daisies. Whoopsie daisy. Thank God we didn't say anything inappropriate, as we often do. Although I think we did talk about going home and having beers, except for you. So hi, Gary and Adrienne. I see you in there. Poor Gary. Gary owns this whole thing. It's just been live. All right. Well, hello there. Hi to everyone in California and all over the world, all the people that are headed to Orange County this weekend for the Hogue OC Marathon weekend. Yeah, welcome to the Fitzness Show. I am Fitz Kohler, very noisy AF, they say, and bossy, and I am one half of Team Noisy, freaking ecstatic for this weekend. Rudy and I are your race announcers. I'm going to bring him in soon. Look, we've got the Fitzness logo going nuts behind me, just add a little excitement to the show, but we are going to be talking about all the things you need to know to make the absolute best or during the race weekend. I'm sorry, I'm a little what do I say? They say like verklempt or something like that. I am glitching. We were having audio issues and video issues, and I don't know how I hit the live button, but we've been live, so what else? Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, we got Alex Morgan here. We already have folks and they're pumped up. They don't care that we've been screwing up audio and sound. This is Eric. Hi, Eric, the HPT fan. I don't know what HPT is, but I hope it's positive, right? He likes peaches and stuff. Oh, that was orange for Orange County. I got it. All right. Anyways, I'm going to introduce the cast of characters, and we're going to actually start talking about race weekend. And again, my apologies for everybody who's endured my nonsense for the past few minutes. All right, starting with the other half of Team Noisy, because I feel naked without him. What's up, Mr. Novotny?
Hey, Fitz. Happy almost 12-year anniversary of race announcing for you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to this incredible profession, and of course Gary Kutcher for giving me the chance, because you could have pitched me and he could have said no, but he didn't. And I've never been so happy in my entire life as I have been being handed tens of thousands of athletes most weekends of the year. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, you're incredible, and I'm looking forward to a super fun, noisy, bossy weekend with you.
That's right. That's right. And you have been the race announcer from the beginning of time. So yeah.
What? Speak up.
That's right. Okay.
The
And now we're going to
beginning.
introduce the people who work like slave away every single day, every single night. They never stop thinking OC Marathon, and they have thought so hard and they have worked so hard that this show is everything, top to bottom, inside, outside is all sold out. If you want to get in, too bad, so sad. You can't because it's all sold out. Right, Rudy?
It is 100%.
All right, here they are. We've got Mr. Gary, our race director, and then Adrienne, queen of everything else. Hello. All right, so I got to tell you, your audio is not so good right now, Gary.
What do you got to do? What do I have to do?
You got to get a little closer, I think. Scooch on in. The audio is super bad. Do you have earbuds?
No.
No.
Never had the
Well, we can't hear you.
That seems really weird.
Oh, we're making this all really impossible today. Poor Gary. Poor Gary's going to have a heart attack. So, Rudy, do you wish, because I know you've never been able to run the OC, do you wish you could run it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about that a few weeks back. It's, I've never run it. Don't know a lot about it. Oh, they're back.
How's
Yes,
that?
Wait,
the quick and easy answer is yes, I wish I could.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, the only thing that if I were to run it, it would be that Gary fired me, and then I would be too sad.
Same here.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Can you guys hear us better now?
much better, much
Much
better.
better.
We can
It
only
was-
see
it was
half of your
in the
face.
settings. It was on the micro. Anyway. So I hope that this is the only glitches with operations between now and next Monday. This is too silly right now to have this happen right now as we're trying to just tell everyone about how unbelievably good it's going to be starting on Friday.
Well, and it will. This is absolutely my fault, folks. So this is the first time this has happened in like a million pre-race live streams for this race and all my other races. So perfect's boring. You're getting a big, delicious taste of imperfect right now, everybody. Jeez. All right, listen, folks. At home, use a comment section. Tell us which races you're running this weekend, whether it's one or several, and which distances and why you're excited about it. All right, Adrienne, hello.
Hi.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, we're getting there. Lots of things still to do, but we're happy to be sold out, and we're really excited for the race weekend. It'll be my 4th OC Marathon. So we're excited.
Is it already 4?
Yeah, crazy.
Amazing.
I know.
Wow. Time does fly. Okay, so Gary, let's get right to business because I'd like to keep it about an hour-ish because then people start going to do other things. I think they've given us about an hour. So let's talk about what people need to know. And I know we have a lot of return customers, a whole bunch of Beach Cities challengers, people that come back to the OC year after year after year. But there's definitely some people out there who have never run any race ever in their life, and their friends dared them. They don't know what a bib is. They don't know what packet pickup. They don't know the parking. And I'd love to dial it down, make it as simple, stupid for the newcomer as it is great reminders for our frequent travelers. Yes?
Yeah, 100%. I think that, and Adrienne and I could probably jump back and forth just so I'm not so boring here. But yeah, listen, there's a lot of brand new runners, and we are getting all the time. Do I just show up? Do I need a bib? Do I, what do we do? I mean, not the kind of questions like, what should I fuel before I race? I mean, we're getting the basic things. So that's okay. And this is what we're doing right now. So for those of you who are brand new, for those of you who have done 100 marathons, we're going to be opening our expo on Friday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We're going to have probably 30% of the people will come on Friday. And that's where you come to see a complete sold out expo also. In fact, we've had to open up additional spots. So we've got a complete sold out expo with probably 65 vendors of all sorts there. And you're going to come and enjoy what we have out there for the expo and different goodies. And that's where you're going to get your bib, and that's where you're going to get your shirt, and you're going to get 4 pins to put your bib on your shirt. And before that, everyone's going to be receiving an email tomorrow at the latest on Wednesday, which will have your bib number in it. It's going to have what your suggested shuttle time is for the buses at the fairgrounds. It's going to have your corral if you're in the half marathon. All of those things. So the emails that are going to be coming this week are going to be participant emails with all kinds of goodness in them, including our virtual goodie bag. And then, like I said, the expo opens on Friday at 3 p.m. It goes until 7. It opens again at 10 o'clock the next morning. So those are when you come to get your packet, your bib, your shirt, and then you get to check out the expo.
Yeah.
So
What do you got that for that?
So one of the things I want to point out to our viewers right now is that everything we're talking about tonight on the show is already on the website. It's already there. There's so much information. And so this is just a wonderful gesture of redundancy by Adrienne and Gary, but it's all already there. If you go to the OC Marathon Instagram page, there's FAQs. I've answered some questions. Some of the ambassadors have answered questions. So all of the answers are there. All you have to do is look. And they didn't put me up to this, but know that they're a small team. And if you have questions, it's your due diligence as part of the field of probably 25, 30,000 people showing up this weekend to research the information first. Again, you can rewatch this show over and over and over ad nauseum, but the answers are available. So if you have questions, just seek them out instead of emailing Gary or Adrienne. Right, Rudy?
Exactly.
Yeah, of course they can call him. Gary's number is 949.
Thanks, Rudy. I've got your number too, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so and then once they get to the expo, tell them about all the shopping they can do and the fun things that are going to be available.
We have right as soon as you enter the main part of the expo, you're going to go into a snail's pace running store. It's our sponsor. It's a specialty run store that just is a fantastic Southern California company with 5, maybe 6 locations now here in Southern California. They're doing just fantastic, and they're our official running store partner. You'll enter a store, basically a running store. In that store is going to have a number of vendors, merchandise people, in addition to all of the OC Marathon official merchandise. But there's going to be corrals watches in there, another one of our sponsors. There's going to be, it's where you get your socks or your other nutrition for the course. So there's all kinds of things in that store. What else do we have?
We've got 361 shoes.
361 shoes all over the place. They are really the one of the best shoes. I mean, I've been wearing them for, I think I have a pair of 361s on right now. And
I wear them too.
Yeah, and so they are fantastic. But out in the main expo, we have everything from different hydration partners. We have Charlie, which is putting sprays on or different type of creams for pain. There's everything from Anderson Windows to Kia is our automotive partner. We have the Army, the Coast Guard, the sheriffs. They're all there for recruiting. All kinds of other brands and fun things to purchase and tons of giveaway. We also have a new partner for gels. It's called Be Charged, and it is it's an energy honey. And so it's what's going to be on the course. They will be there handing out samples as well. I've been handing them off to my son's team, who's a collegiate team, and the team really likes them. So I hope that the runners really embrace it as well. So we will have on course the Be Charged at mile 9.5 and at mile 18, and there'll be caffeine and non-caffeinated as well. So
Nice.
It's good stuff. And then just all kinds of things. Lots of merchandise shopping for sure. There's going to be the official merchandise is great this year.
Yeah, tons of photo opportunities too. So arrive early to get your photos, especially if it's your first race, your first half or your first full. You definitely want to spend some time commemorating that. There may be lines for some of the really good photo opportunities, so plan in advance.
And when you talk about photo opportunities, obviously race weekend is photo palooza. Everybody's got to take all the selfies and group pics at every spot all the time. So our hashtag is Run the OC. When you take those pictures and upload them, tag us at OC Marathon and everything. We can like your pictures, right, Adrienne?
Yep.
We do a lot of liking. And then if you use hashtag Run the OC, then that creates a bit of a family photo album and you can see other people's photos, but then maybe you catch yourself in some photos. So hashtag, you gotta play along, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a couple photo ops that are the actual medals that are huge, gigantic ones, and you can stand in front of those and see these enlarged medals. And then we actually have a really cool, our title sponsor is Hoag Hospital. So we've made a gigantic photo op of the finish line with a finish line tape. And you can take a picture standing behind the finish line tape with the finish line. And it looks like you're the first one across. So pretty special. I mean, it's going to be a lot of photo ops there. We also have our partners from Motive for Beach Cities Challenge. So Long Beach and Surf City will both be there and answering all the questions about a lot of these new runners haven't heard about Beach Cities Challenge. So that's kind of another new thing. So they'll be there. Sunglass vendors. Really, it's a myriad of different vendors there and lots of goodies to be given away as well.
Yeah, there's always a good opportunity to register for other races. And then guys, paying attention, eat snacks. There's always people handing out snacks.
Lots of snacks.
For male athletes. Right, Rudy?
You're right. Hey, Gary, on the Beach Cities Challenge, will some of our athletes be completing that at OC Marathon?
You started at whatever race you start at. That's the beauty of the Beach Cities Challenge. So yes, there'll be 1,400 people completing their beach cities at the OC, but you can start your challenge at the OC.
Right. Okay.
So
gotcha.
Literally, those people who started their challenge last year in Long Beach, they'll be completing it in at the OC. Many people ran Surf City for the first time. They'll be doing the OC and they'll be finishing their challenge at Long Beach. So that's kind of the way that works. And so it crosses the calendar. You can start in 25 and finish in 26. You don't have to finish in the same calendar year.
Okay. Do you, by any chance, do you have the Beach Cities flag, the medal available to show us?
I do. I don't know if I have one right here because wasn't prepared for that. So I'll have to maybe take a walk out for a half a second while Adrienne's talking.
Check out the Instagram, the Beach Cities Challenge Instagram page. It has all of the instructions for the challenge and all the medals. You can kind of scroll back through all the past medals, which is fun too.
And it's always a good idea to mention who designs all of these beautiful medals. Who designs the beautiful medals?
The one and only.
It is an honor that I get to design all of the medals. So
incredible.
I've got a really cool one for 2027. So it's going to be, I think it's probably going to be the most sought after one.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Is it?
Are you?
Hold on.
Are you telling us it's going to be up on eBay?
You can't believe how many of them are up there already.
I believe it. Gary, how many different medals does this make that you've done for Beach Cities Challenge?
We're probably on about 14.
Wow.
I think 13 or 14 different ones. And on the third one is when I started where they open and shut. And so everyone has done that. And so it's getting harder and harder to find different creatures of the sea.
Narwhal.
Narwhal. If you can show me a narwhal in the Pacific Ocean,
I'm on it.
Down here,
I'm gonna find one. It's just fun, Gary.
A narwhal.
Trust me, one could get lost and roam over.
People will use it as a weapon. So
Oh,
And so maybe it's a self-defense weapon. Maybe they need to protect themselves and they have a handy dandy narwhal and then it saves their life. Are you considering that? Maybe you're harming
I like that part. A narwhal.
narwhal. I want it so bad. Okay.
All
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about Friday night's expo?
No, I mean, I think that the expo on both Friday and Saturday are just going to be great to come to. This is going to be a really good exhibit. And Saturday morning is fairly crazy. That's when we do have our kids run. It starts at 0 dark 30. So by 9 o'clock, when you're getting there for the expo, it's going to be already 5,000 cars in the parking lot with the parents for the kids. We have 6,200 kids this year, and it's just going to be crazy.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So Friday night expo, people can park in the fairgrounds lot.
Yes.
And it also mentioned that the expo is very social and fun, and you don't have to be a runner to come. You can bring your friends. You can actually come to the expo, even if you're not running this weekend, if you're volunteering or you've never been to a race ever before and you never plan on going, you can come to the expo and check it out. It's free admission.
We're here. We have a very small crew here. And so Adrienne is here by herself, and yet our phones are still active. So sorry about that.
That's okay. We didn't.
But yes, so you can park in the parking lot there for sure. It is $15 to park at the fairgrounds. And that's the same all weekend long. And there are some spots, some places around the fair if you wanted to try to avoid that, but you're going to have a much longer walk. So convenience, it costs for convenience.
Yeah. Well, that's typical of I went to the Utah State Fair recently and I had to pay $20 to park, and it's just life, right? It's just part of doing business.
It is, yeah.
Part of going places. Okay, so Friday night, come to the expo, have some fun. But then Saturday morning, we kick things off with the kids' races. So tell us about that. What time do they start? Who's participating? Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, so we're going to have over 6,000 kids this year, which, as you can imagine, creates quite a bit of organized chaos, as we like to call it, that morning. So we'll kick the heats off at 8 a.m. And they'll run based on their age group. We'll have a bunch of coaches out there running with them. So for a little bit of context for those of you who don't know about the Kids Run the OC program, our race is actually not open to any kid from the public who wants to run. It's a 10 to 12 week training program at schools led by a volunteer coach that then culminates in that final mile event. So it's a really big deal because it's a celebration of all of the training that they've been doing for the past 10 to 12 weeks. So the kids are really excited. The parents are maybe 3 times as excited as the kids, if you can believe it. And so it's a really crazy day out there. Lots of good energy. And yeah, there's a kids expo as well. So we'll even have that going at the same time as the regular expo for a little while. That'll all wrap up by noon.
And tell folks what time slots the kids go. It's there's a open wave and then it goes oldest to youngest.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m. is the first open heat, which is the 9 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the 8 and under heat at 8:30. And then it goes in increments of 30 minutes. And all of those exact times are on our website. So if you are a Kids Run the OC parent and you don't know what time your kid runs, you can check our website for that. And we are getting a lot of questions about that. And they can run within 1 year of their age and still get a race time. But if they run in, say, a 7-year-old runs with the 9-year-olds, they won't get a race time because we want everyone to run with their same age group.
Okay. And we don't want parents out there, but where our coaches are allowed to run.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so
Adrienne, how many schools do we have participating this year?
We have about 130 schools across Orange County, and then even some Riverside, LA. So we're branching out a little bit from just
Wow.
the OC. It's kind of Kids Run all of Southern California.
And it's so cute.
Fantastic.
This is something worth coming to, even if you don't have a kid in the race,
Yeah.
to just
It's
show up and
open
watch.
to spectate. Yep.
It's so much fun. You got things going on over there, don't you, Gary?
Listen, this is race week.
Yeah, this is like this is absolutely our craziest time. I'm gonna open my inbox and it's gonna be like 400 after this.
Oh,
However, I do think we're going to diminish inbox input from this show. People watch it. They'll get their
Totally. Yeah, this is a great way to get the word out. More fun way to consume than reading my emails, probably.
For sure, for sure. So we've got the kids races 8 to noon on Saturday. Expo starts from 10 to 5. So what else is going on as far as entertainment goes?
So this year we're gonna have some fun. We have a bunch of vendors also to start at about 2:30 on Saturday out in that center area. We call it the main mall. It's where the Finnish festivals are going to be on Saturday night and Sunday. But in that area, we're going to, right in front of the main stage, starting at about 3 o'clock, we're going to have a DJ come on, going to do some country music, and we're going to do line dancing out there. We're going to have line dance lessons and have some fun in front of the main stage, right out there in front. Fitz, you need to come out there and help us with that and have some fun. Bring your boots, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a great afternoon. And then we have a Redneck Rodeo, which is a great band here in Orange County, and they'll be starting at about 4:30. So we'll have line dancing from 3 until 4:30. Redneck Rodeo will come on, and they'll play until 5:15. And then both of you are going to take over the mics and get ready for the OC 5K, which begins at 5:30 p.m. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. I think one of you will be on the main stage, kind of bringing people over. I think that's you, right, Rudy? And then
yeah, it usually is.
yeah, and Fitz will be down there at the start line. And we expect 4,500 runners. We are completely sold out on that as well. And it's going to be a great run. We'll have a number of waves on that. We do have the OC 5K run, and then we actually do have an OC 5K walk, which is really the same thing, but just a kind of its own corral. And it kind of keeps from, some people are just intimidated, like, well, I don't think I can run a 5K, but I can walk a 5K. So that's what that's about.
So let's talk about the sold out everything. Is this the first time absolutely everything has been completely sold out?
Yeah, it really is. It's, I think there's a big running boom everywhere. You can see, like London or New York, they sell out in a few hours with, 5 times as many applications as they actually have openings, slots. So there really is a big running boom. We kind of touched on it earlier with new runners. I think that there are just so many new, younger runners that have just realized this sport is great for community, great for socializing, great for fitness. All these things come together, and it's a party as well. And so we try to take that party to the next level with our finish line festivals and the idea of this country music and fun stuff with that. So yeah, this year we sold out on March 11th. I'm gonna unplug this phone. I apologize. March 11th, and that was for the full marathon. And then we had the half marathon sold out just a few days later, correct? Yeah. And then we had the 5K just sold out the last week or so. And we are at the moment kind of oversold just a little bit on the 5K, but we're going to make it work. And it's exciting. It's just a lot of new people to it. We talked about beach cities a little while ago, and there was a time when just about everybody who started one of our races knew about beach cities, and it was they had already gotten their first medal, or it was they all knew about it. It was what's the next medal? There are so many people right now who don't who haven't heard about the Beach Cities Challenge. And so we've got so many brand new marathoners, so many brand new half marathoners that are just starting their Beach Cities Challenge, running their first race with us, and we just want to put on a great event. So this is their first experience. We want to make it the best one.
Well, it will be. Your races, and it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. I mean, Rudy and I, we host so many other races, and people ask all the time, what's your favorite? And it's, it's hard to pick favorites, but right up there. So Gasparilla in Tampa in February, that one's a wild, well organized, well sponsored, well swagged, well everything party. People love that party, happy environment. And I tell them all, if you love this, you're gonna love the OC Marathon. And so many of them are coming now because they want more of that. I mean, it's the same vibe without the pirate hats. It's the beach party vibe of that, but it's just so good. What you've created is so much joy and so much energy, and it's all encompassing. It's what a race weekend, it's what a marathon race weekend should be.
And they want to come out and see the pirate wench Fitz, their announcer.
That's right. That's right. There'll be no winchiness this weekend. No winchiness.
No wench.
Just noise.
You can wear your pirate hat.
I can. And my cowboy boots. I can just put on all my favorite gear as this is what's happening.
Pack it up, Fitz. Pack it.
And you know what? Five-year-old Fitz Kohler would totally do that. Okay, so back to the show. So they come through the finish line after the 5K. And what band is there this year? Is it still the
Yeah, still Redneck Rodeo. So they'll play 2 sets. They'll play the first 45-minute set, then they'll complete after that. So while you're still bringing them in, Fitz, Rudy's going to help me give some awards on the stage. And as soon as we're complete with those awards, we'll get the band back on the stage. What's really unique about this, it happens right. The sun's coming down. It really is kind of a sunset 5K. The band comes on. The runners are finishing, and literally right in front of the main stage. So it is a crazy atmosphere with great music, and all the vendors are loving it. It's packed. Everyone's going to get their Happy Dad seltzer after the race. So Happy Dad is back this year. So it's a great brand that's, they've blown up these last few years, and the Nelk boys, the Happy Dad guys, they're all over social media, and we just are so fortunate to have them as a partner.
Yeah, they're awesome. So nice. Oh my God, there's the phone again. All right, so
busy here. I don't know if you know it.
We just lost Gary. I think he might have, what's the word, unplugged his.
I can't do that. Can you still hear us?
Now I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't disappear on us, Gary. So reminder, since this yes, you're there. So 5K typically brings out a bunch of newbies. So make sure you put your race bib on the front. We don't care if you run fast or you walk slow. Just make sure when you come to the finish line, you put your hands up high. Also, we have race photographers on the course. Is it Marathon Photos?
Okay. Yeah, Marathon Photos again. Jay's been with us for 22 years. And so he's back. He's doing great. We look forward to everyone getting their packets. They're all going to get a video of themselves as well. We have RTRT is for our race timing this year. So they're the top-notch race tracker, runner tracker platform across the country. They're at all the big races. So we have them this year. So everyone will be getting this email in the next few days. And on our website, you'll be able to get that link for the runner tracker so you can follow your loved one.
Very good. Very good. Also, reminder to anyone doing the 5K, do not wait until 4:30 to show up to get your race bib. It is chaos. It is absolute, like when that happens, that causes lines and lateness and so forth. So if you're doing the 5K, I would say make sure you're at the venue by 3:30 at the latest to pick up your race bib and your shirt and so forth at the latest, probably earlier if you want to enjoy the expo and friends and so forth. Yes.
I think that is the most important statement of this call so far. I mean, this podcast. It really is so important to get there early. Everyone thinks they can get there at 4:30, like you said, or even later than that. And it's just impossible to deal with that many people coming at the last minute, getting them their bib, getting them their shirt, and then trying to get them to the start line by it just works. So yeah, get there at 2:00, get there at 2:30. Plan on doing some line dancing, have some fun, check out the vendors, get your bib early, and enjoy it. Make it a day.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So, evening race, if 5K is the race you're doing this weekend, stick around, drink the Happy Dad, Redneck Rodeo. If you're doing marathon or half marathon in the morning, maybe you want to be reasonable, go get your carbs and go back to your hotel or your home to get some rest, right? Because we've got an early morning. Let's start with Sunday.
Well, going back to Saturday, there's quite a few people doing what we call the combo crush. That's those people who do the 5K and then the half or the full in the morning. So that's kind of another 1,200 people, 1,100 people that are doing that, which is really fun. But yes, so we did a survey this year, which I think we learned a lot from it. And it was asking people, where are they planning on parking, or what are their drop off situation? What are they planning to do in the morning? And so about 50% of the people, actually a little bit less than that, are parking at the finish line and getting bussed over. We have 85 buses taking people to the start line. So get there early. The email that's going to go out in probably tomorrow will have the suggested shuttle times. And so they start at 3:50 in the morning. And that sounds crazy early. But for a 5:30 marathon time, by the time you get there and you get on a shuttle bus at 3:50 even, it's still going to be 4:15 by the time you get there. By the time you walk to the area and kind of settle down just a little bit, you're not going to have that long to wait. The weather looks like it's going to be perfect. 58 degrees this start. That's kind of what we expect here. So I think it's going to be just perfect. And but the shuttles begin at 3:50 in the morning. The half marathon shuttles begin at 4:30. So it is all about getting there early and then kind of hanging out. By the time you arrive at the start line, it should be looking good and lit up, and you've arrived.
And so just share a little bit the consequences of not getting on your bus in time, because I mean, Rudy and I see it all the time. People think, no, I'm going to set my alarm at the last minute and then I'm going to squeak in. And it just doesn't work out like that. Either you miss the start completely or you miss so much fun. And, I think it's imperative to remind people that you can go for a run of any distance, any day of the year, anywhere you are. You can go alone, you can go with friends. There is something so special about being part of the OC Marathon community. So if you squeak in at the end, we've yelled go, and then 4,000 people are already by, and you're putting on your bib as you're running through the start, you've missed it. You missed half of the experience. So just we're all going to be punished and wake up super early. It's just part of the deal. It's what we all sign up for. So get a grip, set that alarm early. What else am I missing, Gary and Adrienne, as far as if you don't wake up and you don't get there on time?
What are you going to miss? What are you going to miss?
I mean, I think you summarized it, but I think you guys are some of the best parts of the morning. Like, you guys are putting on the party. So they're going to miss a whole lot of that, which is always really fun.
Yay, Adrienne.
Yeah, I mean, we have fun, right? That's part of the deal. And you're right. There are some announcers out there that will just read all morning in a monotone voice. That's not who we are. We're going to have fun. We're going to connect with our athletes and make sure everybody feels welcome and wanted and included. And by the time we all go, hopefully you all feel like you're part of the OC Marathon racing team. And we've all got matching leotards or whatever, right?
Hey, Gary, you of course brought up the buses, and that's
Yeah,
absolutely.
once you're there, enjoy it.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying you brought up the buses, and of course that's the preferred mode of transportation to the start line. Is there any option? Because I know the question comes up. Is there an option for people to be dropped off near the start venue?
Yeah, in fact, about half the people said they were going to be dropped off near the start by either Uber or Lyft. I see the question there already. Yes, there's parking at the start. It is free. So if you want to save that $15, you can park at the start. And so that's not a problem. It's about a little bit, not quite a half mile of a walk from the parking to the start line. We do have a little bit of a change issue. The start line is a little bit different. It's going to be new for you guys as well. But yeah, Rudy, you can get dropped off. We have a runner drop off area. A lot of people will have family drop them off and then drive to the finish line and wait for them, or see them someplace on course. So yes, that's, I think it's a larger number than we expected, but it's about half the people will be dropped off at the start line. It's pretty amazing. Yes, the same thing with Uber and Lyft. We suggest this same location off of Civic Center Drive for the drop off, and we'll have signs that show you where to go and kind of the arrows as a pathway. But we know that Uber and Lyft, they're going to drop off wherever they can. So once you feel you're close and if you're safe, you want to get out of the, your ride share, make sure if you get out, there's a lot of traffic, be safe, make good decisions. But it's a big circle is where Fashion Island is. And so you can get dropped off anywhere around that circle, or on the outside, on the streets around you. You can't get into the circle at all. All the roads are closed from being inside there.
And then if people are parking at Fashion Island, is it only designated areas in Fashion Island? And are those maps on your website?
Yes and yes. The maps are on the website. We'll have signage that will tell you how to get there. And my heaven, what a show we have going here. I applaud
you.
Man, oh man. Yes, I felt that coming on for a while.
Our system. We're not going to have any issues.
I felt that coming on for a while. There's a lot of parking around there, but we have some that are designated that it's called the medical center, and we'll have people, security guiding you in, signs guiding you in. So that's the best thing. You want to hit that?
Yeah.
We've got all kinds of stuff going on here today.
It's exciting. It's just proof. It's evidence of a sold out weekend going on.
It's race week. So things are crazy.
Yeah. And we're doing this during business hours, which is unusual. So
yeah,
it is, right? Okay.
But, well, so, other than that, there's, you can park there at the start line, you get dropped off at the start line. We have the shuttles that are taking you there from the finish line. And the other thing are those wonderful people, the lucky people that got a hotel in the hotels right there near the start. And so for anyone in the Hyatt or the Pendry or the Vea Hotel, or if they happen to be in a couple other places that are maybe walking distance, we do have post-event shuttles that will bring you back. So if you're staying in one of those hotels, you'll be able to just go right out to the start line, walk out to the start line, run your race, and then after the event, after your run's over, you can pick up the shuttles at the fairgrounds and head back to your hotels.
Gary, is that a race provided shuttle, or is that a hotel provided shuttle back? Excuse me.
No, they're school buses, and so anyone who has done that in the past, you do get those repeat people, and they get into a habit. This is what I do. I stay at the Vea, and I take the shuttle back. That's great for this this year we are changing that location for not only ride share, but the buses will be picking up on a street called Arlington. It's the street that goes east and west, just north of the OC Fair property. So this year, after you finish your race and you enjoy your Happy Dad, you're going to be walking up near the main stage in the mall, the main mall, and then you're going to be exiting to the right side, and we'll have a great big sign that tells you this, and that's where the post-event shuttles will pick you up. And yeah, these are school buses that will be running from 9 o'clock all the way until 1 o'clock.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So unless you have more to add, I think we've hit the parking situation hard. I would encourage everybody, no matter which race they're running, work to get there an hour in advance. I think that is a solid, intelligent plan. Yeah. This is a big race weekend. You have invested your time, your energy, your resources, all of these things to get to the OC to run these races. Show up an hour in advance. That'll give you time to make sure you're there. You're physically set up. You've warmed up. You've used the loo. You've done bag drop, which we'll talk about. But remove chaos from your life. Plan to arrive at the start line an hour before go time. So let's talk about pre-race activities, which include bag drop, and then we have VIP activities. So what do people need to know for that?
I can talk a little bit about the VIP stuff.
Okay.
So if you're one of our lucky VIPs, which now that is sold out, so unfortunately no one else can purchase it, but definitely purchase early next year because it usually does sell out. Start line, we will have a private area for those VIP runners to have some coffee, have some snacks. There's chairs and tables in there. There's also probably the hottest commodity, which is the private bathroom, wait in the regular bathroom line. So all of those are kind of the VIP runner perks you'll get in the morning before you start the race. Then I'm sure we'll get the finish line in a little bit. So I won't go there quite yet, but there are perks for that. Then there's also VIP bag drop. And I'll let Gary talk about bag drop.
Yeah, so yeah, if you're one of the VIPs, you just bring it right to the VIP start line area, and we'll have a shuttle that takes. For everyone else, it's UPS. Thank you, UPS. They've been a long-time partner of ours. You will get off of your shuttle. This year, all of the clear bags that we want people to use are going to just be at the UPS trucks. Instead of everyone getting one at the Expo and then we have our title partner is Hoag Hospital. They're going to be getting a nice backpack bag as well. And so instead of giving everyone a clear bag and only a few thousand of them use it, so we're just going to have those available at the UPS trucks. So if you plan on using that, wear your jacket, whatever you want, then right prior to your race, walk up to the UPS truck that corresponds to your bib number, and they will give you the plastic bag. On the top of your bib, there's a little tear tag that has the bib number that matches, and that will go on your plastic bag. And just run your race, enjoy your time, and when you finish at the finish line, there'll be the UPS trucks there with your goodies in it. So all of your personal items, maybe a different T-shirt, but please don't put your car keys or your cell phone, those types of things in it. It's
or a snack that may go bad.
Yeah, bananas are terrible in there. They get packed in there and it doesn't do well. Bananas are bad. So especially when all of a sudden people hit that they had a personal storage item, and then it's here in our office for 3 weeks later, and we're going through it and we're like, what is that? So don't put food in there.
And no gold bullions, no diamond rings.
No, come on, Fitz. There's and large amounts of and large amounts of cash. Those are supposed to be handed off to Fitz and I. We'll take really good care of them, and we'll take them to the finish line.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly. But yeah, so those will be right at the start line. Hand your stuff to the UPS. That again, it corresponds to your bib number. It's got big signs on the back of the trucks. Pretty self-explanatory. And then when you finish your race, you go to the truck that it was in, and it will be there.
And we do recommend some sandals and some cozy clothes, whatever you want to wear that's dry and warm after the fact. Maybe some sunscreen. It's always a beautiful day, but keep it simple, stupid, but bring stuff you'll feel comfortable in, and you can stick around and have fun, and we'll get there. But note that sticking around and having fun is equally as important as showing up an hour early to be part of the fun. The whole thing is fun, 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 unless you are weird and you show up late and you leave early and then you miss all the fun. And my gosh, just can't do that. Okay. Stuff. Pre-race. There are, last I counted, there was like 7,035,000 porta potties lining Fashion Island, that road, right?
Mm-hmm. Just under that.
Just
Not-
under.
Not quite
And
that.
then- Are there water monsters out there? Do people need to bring their own bottle of water so they can hydrate before they take off?
There's no water monsters or anything at the start line. So yeah, as a runner myself, I always take my own bottle of water to the start line and I discard it at a water station along the way. So yeah, we don't have any water monsters or any way of filling your personal bottle. But we do have water stations all over the course. We have Gatorade on the course. And like I said, I mentioned the energy gel. We have that's going to be at a couple locations. We also have some mini muffins that will be out there. We've got some fruit snacks that will be out there on course. One thing that I just want everyone to remember, and this is such an important thing, if you're going to take a gel pack, you have something with you, make sure you drop it at a water station. We should all be really good stewards of these trails, of these roads. And it's amazing how many people just drop them, expecting that someone else is going to just pick them up. And at the water station, we have all kinds of garbage cans, garbage containers, and try to throw them in that if you can. If not, we have people there that's going to rake them up and discard them. But once you get past that water station and past that last garbage container, carry it until the next one. They're every mile and a half. Carry your little bit of waste with you. Pack it, carry it with you. Get ready for the next one, or just put it in a little pocket that you have and finish. Carry it to the finish line. But gosh, it's just no fun being out there on a Monday morning after a race, and these gel packs are stuck to the concrete or the asphalt, and it's just nasty. So we really want to leave it as nice as we found it. So any of those neighborhoods or the Santa Ana River Trail or any of these other places, people shouldn't get up the next morning and see any of our trash out there. So we really do ask that everyone take out what they pack in.
Yeah, very simple request. Before we move back onto the course, I want to remind everyone that their start corrals are on their bib. So we go by letters, correct, Gary? And people are notified in advance which corrals they belong on or in.
Yeah.
How many
Tomorrow it's going to go out.
for the marathon, Gary? How many corrals are we going to have? How many waves?
We're just going to have one. We may stop. It's not going to be on your bib. We may stop the marathon after a couple minutes and just let the first grouping go. But with the marathon, to find their own pace fairly quick. By 3 or 4 or 5 months into it, the 6-minute pace is running a 6-minute pace, and they're not going to be encumbered by those running a 9-minute pace. Everyone is kind of stretched out there. For the half marathon, because the numbers are just so much larger, we are going to have all the way through the letter G. and they'll be about 1,400 or so in each, to whatever the number is. We in each one of those letters, and if someone, this is not a perfect science. All of a sudden, someone could register and not put down their time, or in some cases, they've registered for the full and they downgraded to the half, and then the time they put in for the marathon doesn't really translate well to their new event, the half marathon. So if you're a 6.5 minute pace half marathon, and because something got messed up in your bib file because you changed your event late, you may be getting a time that is or a corral that's way later than you should be. We don't police that really, really hard. I don't want to open this up to everyone just wanting to get in the front corral, but I don't want people to be stuck way back in the back if they are trying to do a Boston qualifier or something else, and they're a 6-minute miler or a 7-minute miler or something, or an 8-mile mile. We want them to kind of get into the corral that they know is going to be their pace. So again, it's kind of like those bus shuttles. We will split these corrals up into these different times, and but we don't have big guards pulling people out saying you're not in this corral, you should be in that one.
So Gary, you broke up a little bit at the start. So just to clarify for anyone who really just doesn't understand how this works, in the marathon, it's the honor system where we want the fastest people up in front, not just to reward them mindlessly. It's because when we all go, if everybody takes off at their own comfortable pace, the speedsters can take off without smashing into slower people. And then the slower people can move at their comfortable pace too. I know I belong in the middle. I do not go to the start. I do not stand under the arch because I will impede other people's motion. So that's the honor system. The half marathon, you will be given a specific number on your bib. If you're way in the back and you belong in the front, then you can make that adjustment. But other than that, be respectful of the corrals. It's designed for a reason. It's designed with some very specific strategy and savvy, and it will be better for everybody if you're assigned D and you stay in D, and no one's going to punch you in the face if you change, but help us out here, right?
Exactly.
Okay, a lot of thought went into that. So start line, we do have lots of fun. It's your job to partake in the fun. Rudy, do you have any pointers for them? Start line pointers?
No, but I just actually just attendant to the start line and bib check and gear check. Please don't wait until 5 minutes before your race starts to check your gear. Please check your gear early. The weather looks like it's going to be great. Should be a pretty mild morning. So please check gear early and then get in place so you don't have to think about it too. It's just done. I just like to add that piece.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And again, it's a monster event in the best way possible, but that kind of requires everybody to do their part, to march in order, to make sure everybody's in the right place at the right time, and we maximize the quality of everybody's experience.
Yeah, and it's already been brought up, but please pin your number on the front of you. It's for the photographers, for the timers, for security personnel. We need to know that you're registered for the event and you belong on our course and in coming through our finish line. So very, very important. Our volunteers will not be handing medals to anybody that doesn't have a bib showing. So that's, I know it's just kind of real basic stuff, but it is important.
That's right. And Gary, who's invited in our finish line shoot?
Rudy, Ed.
Oh, Gary, you're so frozen, so frozen. All right, Rudy, why don't you tell them
Only
who's
participants. Only participants. Yeah, listen, what we really don't want, Fitz and Rudy, we don't want that mother or father to think they're going to have a family moment by carrying their 2-year-old across the finish line. We don't want that. We don't want someone else to, you know, a cute little 6 or 7-year-old to jump out and hold daddy's hand and run across the. We don't want that jumping in. So the only people should be line are those with them on, those registered runners who have gone through the process. No one else should be in that. So it's always challenging, and yes, it's, oh, what a great feeling it'd be to be able to run across the finish line with my son or my daughter who's 2. But it's just not safe. Someone's gonna trip and fall. Someone's gonna get hurt, and it's.
Yes, 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 yes.
Rudy, reiterate that
Are
again.
you hearing all that? And breaking up?
Well,
We
no, I
heard
mean,
about
just as
60%, but Rudy, you're bright and clear. Let's hear it.
well, the finish line is a secured area. It is there for celebration, and it's the celebration of the participant and only the participant. Okay, so as has already been said, that doesn't mean your spouse, your sister, your brother, your children. It's you. It's your moment, and share it with everybody. But it has to be only you coming across the line. Fitz and I have seen it all. We've seen really bad situations where, particularly with kids, yeah, and they're holding hands, and people are gassed usually at the end of a marathon or even a half marathon. They put all their energy out, and it's just time to celebrate. And they're not, in some cases they might not be running in a very straight line because it's just they're wobbling or whatever. That's the opportunity for bad things to happen. Okay, so absolutely nobody but registered runners. It's really that simple. Okay, and that's very, very important. It also messes up photo opportunities, but the safety of the runners is number one. It always has been. It always will be.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've seen too many runners tripped up, crashed into by children, family members that just shouldn't have been there. So it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to absolutely everybody within the organization, everybody who registered. So let your family be the cheerleaders. They came to cheer, let them cheer. And one day they'll have their turn crossing a finish line for sure. For sure. All right. What have we missed about on-course information, Gary?
Well, for those who have done it a lot, we do have a course change, and it's going to be welcomed at the bridge. There's some construction happening. So we have just paved a new pathway, a new road from one side of the bridge to the other. And so some of these, what anybody who's ran it in the past, they remember this very narrow spot at mile 7. We have this new road that's paved 20 foot wide. It's going to be fantastic. So as a result of that, the start line changes by a little bit also. That's the only difference out on the course this year. Great course support. We're getting more and more spectators every year. So I think it's going to be a great day out there. There's going to be a lot of people cheering you on. So really nothing else on the course.
Gary, could you please just run through real quick though, what's out there and how often water stations, the energy gel that's out there, and porta potties, what's out there at what points? Just real quick, if you would.
Well, instead of just getting totally in the minutia, and I don't want to say something wrong, but we have our first water station at mile 2. We have another one at mile 4. Mile 4 will also have Gatorade. And about every mile and a half after that is a water station. And so that goes all the way through. We have one at mile 9.5. We have one at mile 11, before mile 11. We have another one at mile 12. And the mile 10 water station has some food also, some of the energy gels. We are making it up a little fruit and a little Yeah, the blueberry mini muffins out there. We have those at a couple places on course. So they'll all be out there on course at various places.
And then
Okay, and Garrett, how are the stations are built? How is water first and then Gatorade, or the other way around? Or so when people are coming up, they know what's there.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be Gatorade and then water. And if there's going to be any of the stations where there's the energy gel, that will happen. About 150 feet before the water,
Okay.
so that you can take your gel and then go ahead and wash down what you need to do anyway.
love it. And then Kevin, hi Kevin, it's Kevin 777. He wants to know about spectators. Is there certain mile markers or cheer stations they should be aware of, or spectator tips?
Well, it's all going to be in the race program that everyone's going to be getting when they go to the Expo. We've got a fully printed race program, and that's in there as well. But we have been seeing more and more spectator locations that are just popping up all over the place. Some places are very accessible, and we do have those listed in the race program.
It's online now.
It's linked online now.
As
So
of this morning.
you can go online and see it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so with the runner tracker, as everyone goes and they get their runner tracker, they'll be able to, they can see right where their runner is going to be. It will be a map. It will show them right with a dot of their runner. They can get to a certain location prior to the runner getting there.
That's live now. You can go, and I recommend downloading the RTRT app. I think it's really easy on your phone to follow along. You're probably not going to bring your laptop out there with you to spectate. So get the app on your phone, and you can already start, putting participants in that you want to track right now, so you can get ahead of the game, and then get those real-time updates. It's a lot better than what we've previously done. So we're really excited about it.
So good. So good. Okay. My finish line suggestions is that everybody remembers that just whatever distance you go is freaking fantastic. And the Hogue OC Marathon weekend is an adventure. It's an event, and you are required to celebrate it. So when you come to our finish line, we expect big, happy poses, whether you put your arms up, or your wings out, or your number one finger. We require big smiles. And if you look at your watch, we send you back and make you do it again. So we'll be taking your picture. Make it great. Any other finish line pointers, guys? Yes, Gary.
No, that's it. Come across. One of the big things that happened a lot last year, after you come across, keep moving. You're going to get your medal. You're going to get your water. You're going to get all these other food and drink options, but keep moving. Don't stop and wait for your roommate, your neighbor, or anyone else to come who's happens to be behind you. We're going to have, I think maybe even the Army is going to be helping us move people through. But it's really important to keep moving through so that our medical team can have good eyes on people as they're finishing. We don't want big gatherings in that chute area after you finish. You'll have to keep moving. It's extremely important.
Agreed. And then the after party, what does that look like?
Well, we need to get you over there, Fitz. I know that you say it every year, but we have Flashback Heart Attack again for about the 15th year in a row, and they are
Wow.
the nation's #1 80s cover band. They you will swear you're listening to the actual artists do their songs out there, and it is just a fun festival. And what makes this also unique is that when you are running the marathon, mile 25.5 is right in front of the stage. And so as you're running in and you're nearly ready to finish your race, you're going to go right in front of the main stage. There'll be people there high-fiving you as you go by, and you've got about a half a mile to go to the finish. So it's pretty unique and a lot of fun.
It's awesome. And do not plan to go anywhere right after you cross the finish line. You just have to stay You have to revel in it. It only happens once a year. It's just such a special experience. And so you would hate anyone to miss out because they made lunch plans somewhere at 11, right? Just stick around. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of beverages. The entertainment's great. Maybe you meet the love of your life out there. Who knows? I mean, new besties, and there's a lot of opportunity. But yeah, it's a party.
We have two of our ambassadors are one family now because they met. Mike and Leanne met at the OC Marathon. So that's pretty exciting. And
Oh,
they are just amazing. So yes, it can happen out there.
That's right. But yeah, it's the whole experience. People have to take advantage. They have to commit the whole weekend to the OC, don't you think?
And so
We worked for a year for it. Come out and give us your whole day.
Yeah, the whole day. The whole day. It's totally worth it. What it says, can I drink water from a spectator? What does that mean?
Well, the answer is yes.
Okay.
So yes, listen, there's if you are one of our elite runners and you know who you are, we've had elite meetings. We're going to have another elite meeting. An elite email just went out from our coordinator. There are different rules. They're the same rules really as far as USA Track and Field, but we really care about the elite runners. It has to be fair. So if we have lead cyclists out there. They're official bicyclists. They will be leading you around the course. And it's okay to, you can't pace off of them. I mean, as far as you can't like tuck right behind them. And the bicyclists know this as well. But you can't have someone else riding, but your best friend who just wants to come out and see you on course and ride next to you and cheer you on. You can't do that. That's against the rules. But to this question right here, yes, there's going to be neighbors handing out oranges and water and other things on course. And unless you're in those top 20 people, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, the people are out there. They're spraying people down with hoses. They're giving water away. Yes, it's totally fine to take that from those neighbors who are giving things away.
So you're not going to punish someone who comes in 3,000th place for taking an orange slice from a neighbor?
Yeah, and it's not even, there's a little bit of a gray area on that. It's if you have someone giving you something specifically to you, then that's really assistance. But if a neighbor is handing out waters to everyone who's coming by, they're not singling you out. That's kind of a gray area on that whole thing anyway. But yeah, if you have assistance that's specifically for you, that's something that's not available to other runners. And so that's not kosher. That's not legal.
Okay, so Kevin has another great question. I actually meant to ask about it and I forgot. So thank you, Kevin. Tell everybody about our pace group and what they do, who they are.
Yeah, so a Snail's Pace running store, which Carrie mentioned earlier, they provide all of our awesome pacers. I'm not going to read off every single pace group right now because that would just be like a lot. But you can find that information both in the race program and on our website. And out there on race day, the pacers will be holding the signs with their target time. And you can hop in and run with any of them. You don't have to notify them in advance. You don't have to notify us in advance. You can just hop in there with that group and run with them the whole time, part of the time, the beginning. It's totally up to you what you want to do with that. Their services are there for you to utilize, to help you. So definitely check that out and explore that option. It can be really helpful if you're looking to target a specific time or, qualify for Boston or something like that.
Yeah, and those times that they have, we have a pacer for every time that is one of the Boston qualifying times. So starting at 2:55 and all the way through, we match up a pair of pacers for each one of those times. So, if Boston is your dream, you may not want to check or select the time that is, your age for Boston, because we know there's been such a real concentration of runners, so many people trying to get into Boston, that you have to run 5 minutes or 7 minutes even faster than your pace in order to even get into Boston. So if you're trying to run a 3 hour and 30-minute marathon, you may want to go ahead and find the 3 hour and 20-minute person and try
Right.
running with them and
Right.
make that your goal pace.
Yeah. And then you also have, go ahead, Rudy.
Well, and Gary, as you probably know, with the number of people this year that qualified at Boston for next year's Boston, that buffer is expected to be as high as 9 minutes or 10 minutes, which will be determined, but just absolutely crazy. And no, don't even ask. We do not have a 2-hour pacer for the marathon.
We don't have Sebastian Sawi
We
coming
don't.
in.
Salway, he's resting. He's resting. 1:59:30. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's an obliteration of that. That's
Rudy, do you have any more 433 miles in you?
Gary, yes, I do, Gary. They're on my bike, and I'm working very hard when I'm doing them. That's just incredible? 4:33:08 or 4:33.8 or something per mile again and again. And let's not forget second place, only 11 seconds back, also breaking 2 hours. What the limits are just going by the wayside. It's incredible.
No AI necessary.
Right.
Also, I couldn't break 2 hours right now in a half marathon. So let's talk about pacers for normal folks. Do we have pacers for, let's say, a 3-hour half marathon?
That is our last one for the half marathon.
That isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, Gary, what does the marathon go to? The marathon goes to about 5 hours or 5:30.
We may even have a 6-hour marathon pacer.
Like a sweeper.
No,
Okay.
we still have our 7-hour marathon is that 16-minute per mile pace, and that's our balloon lady. And 3 hours,
okay.
30 minutes for the half. So we do have a few slower ones this year. I think before this we had like 5:20 or 5:40, but I think we do have a 6-hour full marathon pacer this year. But again, it's in the race program and it's on our website.
Yeah, and We're getting questions about the balloon lady picking people up. The rule here at the OC has always been, if you cannot make it in by a certain time, once the roads are open, you just move to the sidewalk and safely get yourself towards the finish line. Correct, Gary?
100%. We want everyone to finish. There's some incredible life-changing stories out there, and in some cases, it may take longer than that time. So the balloon lady, whether it's the 3:30 pacer for the half marathon or the 7-hour pacer for the full marathon, they are just that. They have balloons tied to them, and if you are walking along and you feel like you're having a hard time and you look behind you and you see the balloon lady, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up. But what that really does, more than anything else, what it really does, it just helps our police and our water stations know when they can start breaking things down. It's been long days for them as well. They've been out there since before you started your race. And so we start opening roads, we start breaking down our water stations. And that balloon lady is really that key person. The police see that and they know, okay, this is our last official finisher. Everyone else is still an official finisher, but it's the time we start rolling up the course. So what happens then is if you are behind the balloon lady, just like you said, Fitz, we start opening roads where we need to, and you're just asked to become a pedestrian. If you come up to an intersection, you may have to push the button that says walk, and you wait for the signal that you can walk safely. We'll still be there in the finish line, giving everyone a medal, way beyond those cutoffs that we talked about. Rudy, you have a friend doing a full marathon. What do you want to tell us about him? And
Yeah, Gary, I was going to ask you. I know last year we had somebody, and I think over the years we've had a number of them. Do we have anybody coming around to try to achieve a Guinness World Record?
The answer is yes.
well,
I don't hear Gary.
just you'll know right. And so last year we had a guy who's doing it in a bomb suit, and he came in just over 9 hours. We were still there for him, and it was a hard day for him. It was warm in that bomb suit. He wore it the entire time, and the bomb helmet, the whole bit. It was, I mean, inspiring to see it. So he came in a couple hours after he wanted to, and did the world record. The most amazing ultra marathoner. He has more world records than I think anybody. More 100-mile races, more 100-mile wins, and that's just the beginning of his world record. So this year, he's going to be doing the marathon blindfolded and backwards. And Rudy, where does he pin his bib?
Oh, I'm sorry. What that question
Where
again
does
was?
he pin his bib if he's walking backwards the whole way?
That's a good. So he's the one exception. Ed Eddinghausen, you can put your bib on the back of you, and we're fine with that.
AKA the jester.
The jester,
Sweet,
yes.
sweet, wonderful man.
And Gary, as you said, he's got. There's a number.
And ultra marathon.
Yeah, he's got, I think, more 100-milers in a year than anybody else in the world, more victories, more 200-milers, more 24-hour runs. And he's just a fun guy. And anybody who's seen him around knows he's also one of the biggest supporters of every runner out there. He's really something special, and it'll be nice to have him here, and we wish him the best. I think Ed was looking for some other world record to be established, and clearly he found one, blindfolded and backward.
All right, team. So I'm going to start wrapping things up. Adrienne, is there anything you'd like to add before we go that you think all of our athletes need to know?
I feel like we covered almost everything. I think I just want to say again to please look at our website. We spend so much time making that a great resource for you guys. So definitely check that out. We have a race weekend quick links page that is right there. The first thing that you see that has literally everything you could imagine that you'll need. So check that out if you have any questions at all leading up to the race. And if you can't find an answer to it there, then you can email us or call us.
Yeah. OCMarathon.com. Rudy, what about you?
They're probably not listening right now, but the people who are listening might know someone. Because of the size of the race and because the early sellout, we know that there was a lot of people that were disappointed not to be able to get to run the OC Marathon or half marathon or 5K this year. If you're one of those and you were thinking, hey, I'm just gonna put my stuff on and just show up. It's no big deal. It's just me, and I'm just gonna bandit the race. Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, it is a big deal, and so please register early next year. We'd love to see you. Do not start with us. Do not attempt to cross the finish line, and just go out and have a nice run somewhere else, or come out and spectate and greet your friends and support your friends. This is a no bandit event for lots of good reasons. Thank you. That's my shtick.
Got it. The thievery is bad. Notice we like that. Okay.
I will add one thing. Yeah, I'd like to add one thing, Fitz. If we have a lot of charities, and there's still time. If you're running the races, if you're one of the lucky ones that got a bib, you can still donate to one of our charities. You can still ask your friends to support you while you're out there running. There's still time for you to email all your friends and say, I'm going to be out there running 13 miles or 26 miles. Will you help me support? Name that charity. And I don't know, it's really still a great chance to do it. People are always looking for a reason to support something, and if you ask them, they're going to be generous with what they do. And we've got a lot of great charities. I'd love for them to still see some more donations, even this last week, and even beyond that. So there's still a chance to really make a difference beyond your own race.
Well said. Well said. Well, folks, my addition is that, based on everything these guys have said, as a running community is the best community in the world. Everyone's always trying to take care of their own health, great causes, their community. And so it's a celebration weekend. And we are so excited to meet you and see you and love on you. I know Gary and Adrienne will be around. They're normally a little extra chaotic. Rudy and I are specifically brought in. Our whole task is to keep things in order and make sure you have fun, make sure you feel special. And so please introduce yourself to us. It certainly makes our job easier when we know your face, when we can recognize you coming through the finish line and your name and your story. We are full throttle on pouring on as much noisy love as humanly possible. And we genuinely are ecstatic for the opportunity to get to meet you and greet you. And, if you've thought maybe the thing you're doing this weekend isn't such a big deal, you're wrong. It's badass. It's a thing that if everybody in America and beyond were taking care of their body and exercising in this way, there would be so much less stress and hostility. And this is good. And you are great. And don't miss out on any of the hoopla or else, right? Or else. That's right. That's right. All right. I'm going to wrap things up. Again, it's ocmarathon.com. The website is slammed with content. It is so rich with information. Please use it. Instagram, OC Marathon on Instagram is slammed with information. It's all there. You can watch this show on repeat, even the weird parts at the beginning. Sorry about that. But we love you. And start hydrating now. Start fueling now. And we will see you in Orange County this weekend, right?
See you all soon.
Absolutely. We'll be there.
Bye. We love you
soon.
guys. Get to work.